We are live. Hello, I'm Mike from musicradiocreative.com. It's another warm, hot, sweltering day in the United Kingdom today. 25 degrees Celsius on the Isle of Wight. That's around the late 70s, I think, in Fahrenheit. So, we're streaming on youtube.com/musicradiocreative, also facebook.com/musicradiocreative, twitch.tv/musicradiocreative. Say hello in the chat and let me know where you're from. Beat mixing like a badass today, or beat matching, or creating a beat mix, or imaging audio or music. So what I'm going to do in this rather lengthy tutorial, I will hang around for a while. It won't be like a 5 or 10 minute one. It'll probably be half an hour to an hour, where I will walk you through the steps that I would take to stitch together 3 popular songs from the charts. This is a common task, particularly at radio stations, hit music stations, even oldies stations that want to show off the kind of latest music that they've added to their playlist. How could you add latest music to a playlist if you're an oldie station? I don't know. The latest oldie to make it onto rotation at the station. They'd say to the imaging department, all right, you need to make a beat mix. What's a beat mix? A beat mix is some of the best songs all glued together in an imaging style way, all matched. Essentially, the BPM is matched. Now I've done that little introduction. Hi to Omar, hi to Hassan, all there in the YouTube live comments at the moment. I'm just going to pop this out on Periscope as well, because I occasionally do that, and I can see I'm ready to broadcast live on Periscope. So let's call the broadcast here beat mixing. By the way, you like the green screen behind me? Let me just do this. Aha! Now I have what I need in the background, not my green curtain. You saw a little bit of behind the scenes there. Darren Altman's there. Hey, awesome. Nice to see you, sir. There in the chat on youtube.com/musicradiocreative. Yusuf says, morning, Mike. No feedback this morning. Yeah. When I first started doing these live streams again, I had an awful problem with feedback on my stream. James is there. Hello from Ghana. Hubert from the Philippines is in as well. Nice to see you. So beat mixing like a badass. I'm going to call it on Periscope. And, of course, the token emoji. Let's put a laughing face there on Periscope. And I'll just go live. And that'll tweet out onto Twitter at @IMikeRussell. If you want to tweet me at @IMikeRussell, really would appreciate if you share this live video right now. If you're watching live, I am going to be hanging around for a bit, so this tutorial could last up to 1 hour. So if you've just got in now, now is the perfect time to be in. I've got the tracks on the screen behind me ready to go, 3 of them that I'm going to image together. And by the way, over there, that's our website, musicradiocreative.com. It's actually just had a little facelift at the top. We've just tweaked the top of the website. Hang on, let me move my face out of the way and then you can see it. We make awesome audio. Just a little tweak there to the website. So go check it out, musicradiocreative.com. Hi to Jonathan Ramirez. Good day from Long Beach, California, USA, or a place very close to my heart. It must be very early there. It must be like... Gosh, it must be like 3 a.m., so that's commitment tuning in. Piotr tunes in from Poland. Hello to you. Sorry, I should say that better. My wife is actually from Poland. Piotr. Sorry. Can I call you Peter? Is that all right? So let's go on to Facebook and have a look at the video there. Hopefully that's going out nicely at facebook.com/musicradiocreative. And I can see it is. Tom Hopkins is there in the chat already saying, good morning from the UK. So yes, beat mixing and beat matching. Let's get those popular tunes and see just exactly what we can do with them, because what we want to do is really make awesome audio and make outstanding current hits sound even better for a radio station, right? That is the name of the game. So what I'm going to do is do the usual thing that I do, which is make myself, I could make myself bigger if I wanted. I could make myself a monster like that. Whoa, oh my goodness, no, it's way too early to be doing stuff like that. Let's move myself down to the right-hand side of your screen, just over there. Right, okay, let's hop into Adobe Audition. I've got the tracks all lined up and ready to go. And I'm doing my best to shout out any comments that come in as I do this beat mixing for you live here from the MRC studios on the Isle of Wight. Hello to the Periscope viewers, by the way. I can see some Periscope viewers in as well. And if you're over on Twitch, do feel free to pop a comment into the chat. Right, okay. Oh, quick question whilst we wait for you to start. Do you know Howard Ritchie? Yes, of course I'm familiar with Howard Ritchie, the voiceover of Capital FM London. He's got an epic voice. I like that very much. We got Ashrad as well from Pakistan. Good day to you. Good afternoon to you in Pakistan. And thank you very much for tuning in. Right, let's get straight into it then. No more hanging around. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Here I've got a song from Ariana, Clean Bandit, and Ed Sheeran. And I'm just going to, first of all, figure out a few little bits and bobs about these tunes. What I'll do is I'll do this the manual way, the hard way, okay? Because I believe every producer should learn how to do things like from scratch, like using your head and a calculator, rather than just getting a nice piece of software and saying, oh, look, it does it for me. So what I'm going to do in this live stream is actually teach you everything you need to do. But then at the end of the live stream, if you stick around to the end, I will actually show you a kind of cheat way of making this far easier than I'm about to show you, okay? First thing we need to do is calculate some BPM. So as you can see, I've already zoomed in a little bit on all of the tracks. So I've picked up a bit where the beat is really kicked in, so I can identify the beats. And what I want to do is identify the beats per minute of each track before I drag it into the multi-track and start time stretching around. So let's zoom in on Ed Sheeran's track here. And you can see clearly already there are some beats there popping out. Just need to listen to it, obviously, to identify the beats. Same with Clean Bandit featuring Zara Larsson. You can see beats there. I have the spectral frequency display on. You can switch that on or off as you wish. You just go into View, Show Spectral Frequency Display, or Shift and D. It's a super cool shortcut in Adobe Audition to switch it on and off like that. So I'll have it on. Ariana Grande as well. You can definitely see the beats there. Obviously, you can see them in the WAV form or waveform, but you can also see that they're kind of clearly marked here. The bass really kicks up there in the spectral frequency display. So let's get on to this. So we got Simon. Simon's in the chat on Facebook Live. Hello, nice to see you in there. Buongiorno. And do keep the comments coming in and do ask questions as I go through, because I'll do my best to answer on the fly or at the end of the video if you like. So identifying BPM of a tune without using some fancy algorithm software or counting and using a stopwatch, which would be just frankly quite bad. What we need to do is find 4 beats, or however many beats you like. This works with any, really, but 4 beats for accuracy, and I can pretty much see 4 beats there. Can you see 4 beats? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even need to play that track, but just to be safe, let's turn on loop mode and see whether I've accurately highlighted 4 beats. Loop mode on, play. I got nothing here with them. I got nothing. Yeah, perfect, nice, that works. So what I need to know, very important, or you can't see it because I'm blocking your screen out. Sorry about that. I'm just going to disappear. Bye. So if you look behind where my head was, in the bottom right, top right of all those figures there, 1.922. Can you see that? 1.922. Okay, that is the duration of those 4 beats. 1.922. Remember that. Type it in the chat if you can. It's a very important number. Now I'm going to reappear, and I'll tell you why. Because you simply take the number of beats, 4 times 60. Equals 240, yeah, and then you got 240, and then you do 240 divided by 1.922. Don't worry about all the jiggery-pokery there, but you see the number that comes out at the end is 124.86, so I'm going to call Ariana Grande's track 125 BPM. Hopefully you understand how that works. If you don't, go to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/musicradiocreative and search calculate BPM in the search bar on my channel, and you'll actually find a handy video that explains just that. So Ariana Grande is 125 BPM. How about Clean Bandit and Zara Larsson? Let's go into that track and let's find 4 beats here. Let's have a count. Okay, we need to zoom out. This is all a little bit too loud. Do you know what? I'm just going to give myself some headroom on these tracks. Normalize to -3 dB. It's always good to have headroom, particularly if you're doing what I'm about to do. I don't want to open a file. If you're doing beat mixes, because obviously you're going to be mixing it with other audio and other beats. And, I just normalized to -3 dB that selection. Let's do the whole track. Here we go. Favorites. Normalized to -3 dB, and Ed Sheeran as well. Let's normalize him. Favorites, normalized to -3 dB. Okie dokie. Right, let's get on with it and crack on now. As you can see, it's been normalized here on the waveform view, and here you can just see everything looking beautiful now. So Clean Bandit, Zara Larsson. Let's find some beats. Let's count from beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so I was counting there, and I managed to identify the beats. Sometimes it's not as easy, depending on how EDM-y, how dancey your track is, will define how well you can see the beats or not. So I reckon that's about it. 1.957. So we already know 240 divided by 1.957, which makes it 122.63. So I'm going to call you 123 BPM there. And Ed Sheeran, I reckon this is going to be a lot slower. It's kind of a Galway Girl has kind of got a slow kicking beat, which is going to be fun actually, because essentially we need to normalize or raise or pitch everything up, not pitch, but change the tempo of everything to be up to whatever the highest BPM is, which is looking like it's going to be Ariana Grande at 125 BPM. So that's what I'm going to be working for. You'll hear how it sounds in a moment. Let's have a listen. One, 3, 4, 1. Okay, cool. That's how we do that. So yeah, pretty slow, and you'll see there 2.409. My goodness. Okay, 240 divided by 2.409, 99.6264009963 makes it about 100 BPM. So Ed Sheeran 100 BPM, Clean Bandit 123 BPM, Ariana Grande 125 BPM. Easy way there to calculate beats on the go. Very easy. By the way, thanks for everyone who's joining in now to watch this live stream of me doing some beat mixing. If you're enjoying this and you think someone else, maybe in your friend feed or over on Twitter, would enjoy it, do please share this live video. You can also tweet me and I'll reply to you after the video at @IMikeRussell. That's @IMikeRussell on Twitter. Right. Multi-track. Let's call this beat mixing. What's the date today? 20th. I always like to do dates backwards because I think that's the kind of technical way to do things, isn't it? It's like, yeah, backwards, because then when you list files, everything is in order. 2017-06-20. It is the 20th of June 2017. Okay, so here is my beat mixing area now, the multi-track, and I can drag in Ariana Grande. What I'm going to do now is, thanks by the way everyone who's helping by typing different beats into the chat. I will obviously get to a lot of your comments very shortly. Now I need to find hooks of all the songs before I beat match. Let's find it out. There. No, I think she gets into the first chorus here. So there, or here maybe. That's kind of cool. Hang on, that's compressed. Let's move it down here. That's more natural. And let's have a listen to that. Perfect. Oh, but she's screaming there. I'm not sure about the screaming. Let's have a listen. Yeah, that'll work. So, and it's perfect. What I look for when I'm beat matching or beat mixing, creating a beat mix for a radio station usually, I'm looking for a place where it's easy to edit in and cut out. So obviously you want to get the hook, you want to get the chorus of each song. But this place particularly is nice because it's nice and quiet. The song goes very quiet before beat one kicks in. Listen. Actually, I've had a little idea there, and you will get ideas on the fly when you're doing this kind of thing. Okay, so I could maybe do something with that. I've had a little idea. I'm going to just cut here, Control K, or Command K. And then I want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 bars of the song before I cut into the next tune. Okay. So it's going to be around there that beat 1 kicks in again. Okay, so let's just chop that here. Boom, gone. Okay. Don't worry that I'm killing the rest of that tune because I can always drag it out using this little icon here. You know, I can drag it back again if I need to. So Ariana, you're going there, but I'm also considering using a little bit of the intro and gluing that together, particularly because that's how the song sounds. Let's just see how that works now. Over here. Okay, what have we got here? Right. So if I'm moving this out here, like so. Do. It sounds like a radio station Sonic logo, doesn't it? All the hits, all the hits. Oh, yeah. So we're just going to cut that into that, like this. Like that. And zoom in for accuracy. If I was doing vocoding, I could actually vocode something like all the hits over it. That would sound really good. And even though I'm a terrible singer, with vocoder on my voice, it's actually not too bad. So now you hear how the reverse cymbal kind of comes in, and it doesn't sound like a natural edit there. So what I'm going to do is something beautiful in the multi-track is crossfade a bit. So now that's perfect, okay? So we're going in from the intro of Ariana Grande straight into the chorus of the track, which is going to be how the beat mix will start. Perfect. And what I might do is over that bit, if I was adding a voiceover in, that might be where I position the station and say, this is the station that plays all the hits, Mix FM. So one last time, straight like that. And then I might end it with just Mix FM, like that with a bit of an echo. So we've got the first track all queued up, 125 BPM. That's like our master BPM. That's where we need to get everything else. So clean bandit, a couple of BPM out, and I need to find a little bit of Zara Larsson singing. I'm sorry. No. Ooh. Yes, perfect. She comes in clean there. There's absolutely no audio underneath her. So where the strings end, boom, reverb, and then just clean vocals. Yeah, we're going to have some fun with Zara Larsson in just a moment. Let's just... Okay, cool. And a little crossfade in. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to start doing is actually beat mixing these tracks without a guide, just so I can see how they might fix together. And that's where beat 1 starts. What I might need to do is roll off the bass there so I can keep this in time. Let's just see how this is going to work. Obviously, the beats are not going to be quite in sync, but they won't be far off. 123 and 125 BPM is not too far off the mark. Obviously, there's a lot of interruption going on there. Let's turn this track down. Okay, so we potentially could do something there. You can do things like this. Let's see how that sounds. You can do like, you know, a kind of stutter into it, or we could do a stutter that gets gradually faster or something like that. So that's all potential. And what I might want to do as well, let's drop in a new track because we're going to get quite busy with tracks in a minute, is hop in here. And what do I want to do now? I need to get to the point where I have... yeah, let's keep Ariana on that track, but I'm going to drop down some automation. Track EQ, and it's the high shelf gain that I want to knock off here. And so we could do something like this as Zara Larsson starts to come in. We could do something like this. And we need to switch on the automation, so let's go into this one. I think it is. Yep, okay, cool. Might need to do it slightly earlier. We can always play with this later on too. Okay, cool. So yeah, getting an idea, that might be a potential avenue we can go down to merge the tracks with a bit of roll off of the treble there. But I'll need to have a think about that. Now would be the time to head into Logic Pro X and generate a drum track at 125 BPM so we can start syncing things up. So Logic Pro, we'll create a new empty project, and I'm going to create a drum loop. Totally royalty-free drummers. It's a computer drummer inside Logic Pro. One of my favorite features. So there it is. It's generated for me already. All I need to do is just choose the BPM here. Thanks, Moose Magic, for the kind comment there on youtube.com/musicradiocreative. 125 BPM. You see how I'm doing that? I'm literally just clicking my mouse on the tempo inside Logic Pro and dragging up or dragging down until we get to 125, which is our master BPM. There we go. Okay, so that's a drum loop now at 125. Let's have a look at some of these presets. So all of these are randomly generated. You get a kind of different sounding track every time. No, not what I'm looking for there. Oh, maybe. Okay, I like Euphoria, but I'm a bit worried there's too much treble in there. There's a few too many cymbals and bits like that. But no worries, because I can take that down. At the moment, that's up at number 5. So listen to what happens as I drag that across to the left. Now let's play it back again. Or we can switch them off entirely, might be an idea. That's more like what we're looking for. And the lightning bolt there is giving some nice whooshy sound effects. Awesome. And you can see at every 4th bar, you're getting like cool beats kicking in, which will be where we transition each track. Interesting. I could always make it a little more complex. Maybe not. Let's bring it back. That's going to be good. All I really need is bass. I might even take out the claps. I don't even know if I want the effects in now. That's super basic, isn't it? Let's do one just with the beats and one with the lightning effects in, and we'll see what's good. Hey, Debbie. Good morning from Georgia in the United States. It's lovely to have you. Must be about nearly 6:15 in the morning where you are. So nice and early. Right, so now I've got the beats, the 125 BPM beats. I am going to export, and let's just do selection as, not selection, one track as audio file. Let's try that. And we'll do it into Logic. Actually, no, we'll do it into Music Radio Creative because that's where I'm doing everything else. So export, and there it goes. Just exporting now. If we go into the Finder, you'll see it starts to appear. Big Room. It's an AIF file, which of course is an Apple standard. It's exporting quite a lot there. So there's only a little amount of audio, but it seems to be exporting far beyond where I need. And we'll do another export. I'm just going to click into the drum loop again here and switch the lightning bolt on, which gives that whooshy sound. Nice. Okay, and we'll export that as well, just so I have a choice. I'd like to ideally go with the whooshy sound effect because that sounds really cool. But if it interferes with the audio, then I'm going to take it out and just go with the beats because it is called a beat mix for a reason. A reason. You're mixing beats. You're not mixing fancy like swooshy, trancey effects in. Leave the music to do the talking. Just going to have a little bit of green tea while that's mixing down. So how are you today? Leave me a comment Let me know how you are today and where you're watching from right now. Would love to know that. Right, okay, that's all mixed down, so we can hop over now back into Adobe Audition. And let's pop in. So we've got Big Room 1 and Big Room 2. Okay, let's pull them both into my little file area there. So let's bring in the swooshy one and have a listen to that. I'm glad that you could catch the stream too, Debbie. Let's have a listen to this in... That's where the beat comes in. So this is now going to be a beautiful guide for us as we do things. So if I take that off solo now and mix it with Ariana Grande, it should be bang on. Let's see. I might need to turn the music track down a bit, otherwise you won't hear the beats. Okay. Let's get that a little more synced. Okay. Let's take out the swooshy one and put in this one instead and see how we go. Because this is a little cleaner, there's no swooshing in here, so I can clearly see the beats. This is going to help me to know if I'm bang on. Right. Let me just check out Clean Bandit as well over here. Okay, pull that in there. Okie dokie, yeah, I can see that is sounding quite nice, and this one also. So let's just see how we can sync this up and make it sound right. Hi from Australia, says Bruce. Good to see you, Bruce. G'day. Thanks for joining in. What time is it in Oz right now? We got Rico as well, who's on facebook.com/musicradiocreative. Right, let's get this bang on. See what we can do with this. Okay, let's take Clean Bandit out for the moment. Okay, so you hear how that is now perfectly in sync. Ariana Grande one last time with the big room beat that I made. I'm just turning the beat up, obviously, there, so you can hear that it's bang on, and so that I can hear it's bang on, because if it's not bang on, we need to do a little 8:20 in the evening. That's a lovely time to be on the internet, isn't it? Evening is the best time. So good day to you, Bruce. Prepping for the morning, says Debbie. Thanks for the thumbs up, by the way. Keep them popping over my face like that on Facebook Live. And some hearts. Oh, I feel privileged. It's 4:19 a.m. Kaylee in Alberta. That is really, really dedicated. So thank you. Yeah, keep the chat going, guys, and do ask questions, because I do look up, and if I don't answer straight away, I'll do my best to do it at the end of the session. Right. What should we do with this? Should we add some more bass? Let's add some more bass. Well, let's roll treble down. We can do it with... we could do it with automation, actually. Let's just do it with a preset. So let's solo you drums right here. They're quite low in the mix, peaking at -12. In fact, even -14. So let's go to Filter and EQ. Which one should we go for? Parametric. Let's try that. And... oh, not acoustic guitar. Default. And I love this feature in the latest version of Adobe Audition 2017 CC, the Cloud Edition. You now can see where all your frequencies are when you play the audio in real time. As you can see, there's rather a lot of bass. Let's increase that. See, I'm literally matching that notch there with the to complement the bass. Couldn't have done that before, but wonderful development there from the Adobe Audition team. Let's take some of the clash of the cymbal off. Let's just play that again. In fact, I can play it on repeat and just eliminate it. Exterminate it. Loop. I'm happy with that. Are you happy with that? A viewer from Sweden! Yay! Hey! I know how to say hey in Swedish, so I wasn't just saying hey, I was actually saying hello. Right, so let's keep this going. Do share the video if you're finding a benefit wherever you can, either on Facebook, just click the share button. If you're on YouTube, maybe tweet it out and include me in the tweet at iMikeRussell. And you can find us over at musicradiocreative.com as well. Right. Too much bass, it's kind of muddying things. You see, you always have to kind of listen and improve as much as you can. I've really gone a bit nuts with the bass. You see, I might actually end up rolling some bass off, because that's, yeah. Right, next, Zara Larsson with Clean Bandit needs to be bang on sync. And she's not going to be, because she's going to be 123 BPM, I believe. Okay, yep. So there's me beat. There's beat number 1. Right, zooming in like a fine-tooth comb here. Let's make it really huge. Let's make it really large. Right, okay, so yeah, there's beat 1 there, and there's beat 1 on my master track. This is really easy to sort out in Adobe Audition. So what I'm going to do here is zoom in here on the initial beat 1 and make sure it's bang on. Okay, so that's the initial beat 1 there. Hi from Tanzania in Africa, hey! Okay, that's there. Not sure if that's quite lined up. Let's have a listen to the bass track now. You hear there's 2 beats, there's do-do, but the second beat is beat 1. Let's turn it up. Okay, so let's get bang on. Okay, that's where the beat comes. OCD. There we go. Okay, now I just need to make sure yeah, there's still a little clip there that I'm not happy with. What I'm doing is zooming right in and listening until there's no sound of beat number 1. About there, and then I'm just going to match up the beat 1 of that track and make sure that's spot on. That's about as spot on as you can get, right? So that's working for me. So then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so now we know we're working from a good starting ground. So I want to go here, and I want to go, no, I don't want to go there. I just want to go there. And that's beat number 1. I'm doing a little cut there, and you'll see why. I'm actually going to take that initial bit out. And we got, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Hey, Rafacto. Sorry, I find it hard to say some of these names. Rafco Nater, what up? I do remember you from my previous streams. Entertainment Today is in. Hello. What a lovely name. Nexus says hello from Belarus. Lovely to see you in the stream as well. What I love about doing these streams is it's so international, literally. Like places, people from all over the world right now are taking moments out of their day to watch me beat mix, and I'm really, really grateful for that. So thank you for tuning in. We've even got here on Facebook.com /Music Radio Creative. Namaste from India. Hey, I use Adobe Audition for audio editing, and I've learned a lot by watching your videos. So thank you very much for that. Mayanak, thank you very much for tuning in over on Facebook. Do share the video if you are enjoying it. Right. Let's hop in here. So that's where beat 1 is there, pretty much. Let's just check. It sounds like the pneumatic drills in London. Digging up the road. Right, okay. And that's beat 1 over there. So what I'm going to do is just make a little cut there. And in fact, not even there. After the beat. I can make it after the beat. And then what I can do is use this one up here. See where the little time icon appears? Just let me try and point to it up there. There's a little time icon now. If it doesn't appear for whatever reason on your Adobe Audition, make sure you're clicking this icon here. Click it on, and then you get the grey triangles. And that is a time stretch. I just want to time stretch this until beat 1 matches up with beat 1, like that. See? Easy. Now, we're going to find out if it's moved at the front end, because if it's moved at the front end, that's not a good sign. But I don't think it has. Let's just check. Zoom in. No, it hasn't. Okay, so I just did a time stretch by 98%, very minimal. But the best news is now it's going to be perfectly on beat, and it's going to match our bass track. Let's have a quick listen to this. Yeah, that works. And just to show you, just to take it just up a notch here, I'm going to create a bus now. It's time to get on the bus, the audio bus. So let's do this. We want track, or we want a new stereo bus track, and we're going to call it music. There we go. Right. Let's go up here, and we're going to stick all these on the bus. So what I need to do here is look at the arrow pointing to that way. One that points to the left, not the right, the left. And we need to go from master, we need to put it on a bus, music, and I'm going to put this one also on the bus because I'll be using this one in a tick, and I'm going to make it blue. And then I'm going to go over here and put this one on the music bus too. What's a bus? Well, essentially you're applying the same effects to every track that's on that bus. So if I put reverb on that music track, all 3 of these tracks would have reverb on them, yeah? And this one won't, because it's not on the music bus. That's the master beat, but I don't want to do anything to that at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to put an effect on there in a minute, but I'm just going to do a quick calculation of what we need so you can hear. This is a Logic Pro X effect being introduced into Adobe Audition now, and you'll see why. If you're a Logic Pro user, you'll go, oh wow, yeah, it sounds like Logic Pro. 480, and shall we call it 960? 480, 960 required for echo. So we go to the music track here, which is our bus, remember. Then we go into echo, and we just do 480, 960. And we're rolling off the bass, and we're leaving quite a fair bit of treble in. Right, okay. Let's get out of here. Oh, hello, Twitch. Good to see you doing another live video, Mike. Good, and watching from New Zealand. That's NZ Connor at twitch.tv/Music Radio Creative. At this point, I think it's time for more green tea, so I'm just going to pour out a little bit from the pot, and cheers. Now that I've put that echo effect on, you'll hear that there should be a little bit of echo. Let's listen to it on solo, the Logic Pro effect. No, that's not really a Logic Pro, that's far too echoey. So what we need to do is probably cut that in half and make that 240 and make that 480. And then we probably want to end up rolling off the trebles, and we want to keep the basses active to get a more authentic sound. That's getting closer. What do you think in the chat if you're watching live now of that echo? So rather than being a harsh ending, if I was to switch it off, let's just switch off that echo for a second, and you'll hear. Hang on, click onto my bus track and switch off the echo. So a hard ending. Okay, that's a hard ending, and then with echo. Yeah, and then if I bring in my beat that I designed earlier, you'll hear how that works in the mix. So it kind of echoes right off onto the beat, and that's what we want in a beat mix. So you can see how it's all coming together and starting to sound good. Now what I want to do is revive all the way up to beat 4, and beat 4 is going to be around here. Okay. Now, because it's a bit busy, that drum track, it doesn't quite work, so I might do an effect here. Not to worry, because we've got a good plan here. Chop that off. Okay. So you hear how now that Zara Larsson Clean Bandit track is nicely echoing out. It's just awesome. Sounds good to me. And what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to just try it and see if it works. I'm going to go chop, and then I'm going to go chop. Just because of the way the drum track is created, this may or may not work. Let's have a listen. Too much, isn't it? So we can't do that. What we might be able to do is a slightly smaller edit. It's always best to roll back if you can't get away with the first idea. No, that's still not working, is it? Maybe we need to let it go here. Just trying some ideas to see what works, and obviously to get that imaged sound to the music in our beat mix. Let's try that as well. Hi, Brittany, in the chat on youtube.com/musicradiocreative. We got Riviera. Hi, Mike, watching from Manila in the Philippines. Lovely to have you there. Do share if you're watching live now. This is how it sounds in context, that little effect. And, yeah, we could do some automation there. So let's make sure that track is active for EQ automation by doing that on the mixer. And then we just simply go into envelopes, track EQ. Let's try rolling off the low shelf. See how that sounds now. Okay, let's play with that. A little bit weak. Let's try then, in that case, we'll go for the high shelf gain. And just to make sure I don't get it confused, I'm going to take the low shelf gain out, and we're going to do this and see how it sounds. That works, doesn't it? That sounds all right. So then we've got something like this. So that's going to be part of the beat mix there. Oh, we better introduce Ariana into the mix. Otherwise, she's going to be awfully upset. So let's just check how we're doing over here. Okay, quite a harsh edit there at the moment. And also, I wanted to use the clean area of Zara Larsson singing here. So we'll need to just mute this track off. Otherwise, it's going to interfere. I just want to be part of your symphony. So that's cool, and you can really hear how those vocals are bang on with the master beat that I created earlier. I just wanna be. Or. I just wanna be part of your symphony. Okay, sounding okay to me. So we want this. I just wanna be. Just going to try and make that as clean as I can coming in without cutting her vocals off. I just wanna be part of your. Ooh, just had an idea actually. Scrap that. Let's grab that dry. Just see how this sounds. I don't know how it's going to sound. New audio file, paste it in, take off spectral frequency so we can see the waveform. I just wanna be. I just wanna be. Okay, I just want to be. And then we're going to reverse it and see if she says something weird like worship the devil. No, she doesn't. Thank goodness. Right. Now let's put on a little bit here, effects, and we want to go into edit. And we want to insert a silence of around 10 seconds. It sounds like she's saying Bieber knows his... Is it just me? Or Bieber knows something? I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting into crazy song lyrics now. Anyway, let's see what we can do with this. So what I've done is just reverse the track, added on a bit of silence. Now I'm going to go into effects, reverb, and studio reverb here. And take that off. I'm not sure if that's what I'm looking for. Let's turn the high cut up. Take the dampening up. take it down. That's what I'm looking for, early reflections. And then we'll get the final mix when we go reverse. You hear that? So we're reverse reverbing essentially. Let's save that somewhere nice into sessions beat mixing. And we're going to call it I Just Wanna Be. So I know what I'm dealing with. Save it as a WAV form. Always good to work in WAV wherever you can. And let's see how it sounds now if we just bring that in somewhere onto a track. Let's pop it in here for the time being. We need to try and sync this up nicely. I just wanna be part. And then solo. I just wanna be part of you. I just wanna be part of you. I just wanna be part. And we'll quickly roll off the audio there because all we need is the reverse reverb. We don't actually need anything else other than that. I just wanna be part. That's perfect. So you hear that's a very, 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 very clean intro to Zara Larsson's vocals. I just wanna be. And that will sound even better when we bring in the beats. Let's do that from about here. I just wanna be part of your symphony. And there you go. We have managed to bring the symphony all together. Let me just see what happens if I lock that in time so it doesn't move about. Zoom out a little bit. Like this. And then I'm going to pop it onto a track with some effects. Let's start with flanger. So it kind of gives a all-around feeling, although I've got too much processing on there. Let's take this off. Let's take that off. Let's take that off. And that. And maybe... Oh, I just realised what I'm doing. Why it was making no difference. Doing it on the wrong track. Let's try again. Yeah, that's better. Let's turn that up a bit because that's a bit low. I just wanna be part of. Too loud. I just wanna be part of. I just wanna be part of your. Okay, yeah, I'm liking that. That works for me. I'll unlock it in case I want to move it later or move the whole thing around later. Although I probably won't because I've got some automations in now, so that would ruin them. So you're staying right where you are. Let's do a little save here at this point. Yeah, let's save all of that. Save, 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 save. Okie dokie. By the way, coming up at the end of the video, if you just joined in, I'm halfway through creating a beat mix. It's called beat mixing, beat matching, imaged audio for radio stations to show the kind of music they're playing. That's what I'm doing right now. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to do this easily. Like, this is taking me probably, it's going to take me about an hour, minutes from now. Much easier way. The Audition and Logic create the beats, or Adobe Audition, and then there's. But I prefer doing it the manual way. I like to have full control on how everything shapes up and how my time stretches go. But you'll see that later anyway. Right, let's introduce this back into the mix. That's where we need to do some automating there on the EQ. So let's make this a little bit bigger so we can see what we're doing. And see what happens if we take off. Remember, I was going to roll off a bit of the bass. I just wanna be part of you. I just wanna be part of you. I just wanna be part of you. I just wanna be part of. Okay, this is annoying me. This reverse reverb. Might need to turn it down a bit. I just wanna. I just wanna. I just wanna be part of your symphony. Sean Lee, thanks for saying this is brilliant on facebook.com/musicradiocreative. Michael, I'm prepping my morning show in Canada and you're distracting me. Hey, it's okay. Don't worry. Nice to have you there, Michael. What radio station? Let's give it a plug. Yudhishthira says, watching in Indonesia. Like I say, it's so wonderful to have people watching in the UK, in Canada, in the US right now, Indonesia, Philippines, India, Pakistan. We've had just Australia even checking in. This is just wonderful. I really love doing these videos. I hope you you take a little bit away from them. I'm hoping to do many more. How does that sound in the chat right now? Are we getting a thumbs up or thumbs down on this crossover between Ariana Grande and Zara Larsson? Just say good or bad, or good or needs improvement in the chat right now. Bang, bang, bang. Just let me know good or bad on this crossover. Let me know, please. I'm just going to roll this back up, I think. I rolled that off a bit preemptively. Yeah, I'm going to do something with bass on this one because I'm still not quite happy with how the reverse reverb is shaping up. There we go. Watching from Madrid, Spain. Dot Rock, thanks for saying good. Right, let's just pop on, what do we want here? Track EQ, high shelf gain, and I'm just going to bring that in so it'll start off a little bass here. And I'm going to do the same with this track. That's the thing I think that's bugging me with the crossover here. Aloha from Honolulu, Hawaii. Wow, good to have you there. Chris says good. Chris G, thank you. Kelly says improve. So I'm gonna work away, see what I can do here at this crossover. That's working a little bit better. So Michael says it's CHVN 95.1 FM in Winnipeg. Everyone go and check that out. Type it into your favorite search engine. Do you stream online, Michael? If so, maybe some folks can listen to you. CHVN 95.1 in Winnipeg, Canada. Marlon there is saying good in the chat. Michael also saying good as well. Thank you very much. Can I make a tutorial for commentary settings? What exactly would you like to know about commentary? Let me know, Transgotten, and I'll do my best. Yeah, we're gonna... Let's roll this off a bit as well so it's not interfering too much. Yeah, that's interfering too much. That's what we need to do, progressively take that Oh, something we can do here when you do things like that is we can go in and just make sure we got some nice fades so it's not so harsh. So I'm going to put them in now. Pan switch the L, just L, want to be R and finish back in the center. That is not a bad idea. We could certainly have a go at that. I assume you're referring to the transition from Ariana into Clean Bandit. That's cleaner on that transition. Let's see whether we can do that. So, oh, I see. Yeah, pan the I just wanna be. Oh, I see exactly what you're saying. So, I just wanna. Let's make this a solo here. I use Audacity. Not the same with Audition, and watch a lot of tutorials for Audition. Settings don't work for me. Yeah, it's definitely worth making the financial decision to get onto Audition. It's just a different world. You wouldn't be able to do this in Audacity. I would tear my hair out if I had to do this in Audacity, frankly. So we're going from left. This is cool. Trying all sorts of radio imaging tips. Okay. I don't know if this is in stereo on where you're watching the live stream, but if it is in stereo, you should hear this from the left speaker. Who can confirm that that's coming out the left speaker? Yeah, Doc Rock is spot on. Audition will change your life.
I just wanna be part of.
Okay. Now, one thing I was told from a very early stage in my imaging career was never to do hard pans like this. I'll tell you why in a minute.
I just wanna be part of your. I just wanna be part of your.
Can anyone in the chat please confirm if that's sounding stereo for you? If it is stereo, you should hear I just wanna be on the left channel and be part of your, or I just, yeah, it should pan left to right. Both speakers at the moment, so clearly mono.
I just wanna be part of your.
It's stereo for me.
I just wanna be part of your.
Oh, that's a shame. I have to figure out, I'm sure it's possible to do it. Perhaps the replay will re-encode to be stereo, I'm not sure. But I must find out how to stream in stereo, because that'd be helpful.
I just wanna be part of your.
Yeah, and I can actually see on my streaming software that it's only streaming in mono, so perhaps it's my streaming software and not YouTube.
I just wanna be part of your.
Anyway, I can confirm that's now panning from left to right, and it does sound really good. So that was a really, really good tip, Doc Rock. Really like that. That's sounding good. So finally, we're going to have fun with Ed Sheeran. Drag this in, and we're going to be cutting this in. And this is 100 BPM, and we need to tune it up to 125, so this is going to be quite the edit. Let's solo that.
She took with an English and Irish.
So that's beat one, obviously. Oops. Let's bring it back. I've had an idea there. Another idea, the way that song ends. Yeah, let's do something with that. Oh, before I do that, it's probably a good idea to get the beat matching right. This is going to sound awful. Yeah, Kelly says, love Ed Sheeran. He's amazing, isn't he? Fantastic recording artist. Absolutely love his tracks. And he did a great carpool karaoke with James Corden. After you finish watching this video, head over to YouTube and search up James Corden, Ed Sheeran. Hilarious. Excellent recording artist, love his tunes, and yes, very excited to be incorporating Ed Sheeran into my beat mix today. Right, so we can see that's beat one there, very, very clean beat one there, and clean beat one there. Let's pull that in. And then we need to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, and that's the other beat one there. And then we need to count 4 beats on here. Ed Sheeran is about to speed up quite a bit. That's beat one over there. You see that? Beat one. Okay. So now the aim is to match beat one of Ed Sheeran with beat one of the bed of the master beats like this. Okay, let's see if that's ruined the track. Not too bad, is it? Well, it's obviously faster, but it's not bad. Hey, Ian Anderson Gray, what are you using to stream? Is it Wirecaster? It is indeed. Ian, fantastic bit of software. Loving it. Can do so much with it. I'm simulcasting at the moment to twitch.tv/Music Radio Creative, where Lagger from Russia says it's mono over there on Twitch, all my output. Also on youtube.com/Music Radio Creative, over on Facebook as well, and also doing it over on Periscope as well. So yeah, great bit of software. Nathan is in there as well in the chat. We got Dudu as well. Marlon's joined in recently, so thank you for the comments. Right, so Galway Girl is sounding not too bad at 125 BPM. What I can do, I've actually time stretched Ed Sheeran by 80%, which is quite a lot. You can go to properties if you do kind of really harsh time stretching, and there is something that you can do here. If you pop down stretch over here in the properties, you can make it from a real time stretch to a rendered high quality stretch. I might do that at the end because it takes a bit of time, but it will just make the time stretch sound even better, even though you can't really notice it here. You're right, Dot Rock. The Audition pitch shift algorithm is amazing. I believe, actually, they teamed up in the first case with Isotope and a really good partnership with Isotope to get this. It's just one of the best in the industry, if you ask me. So there you go. Austin's there. Hey, thanks for that. Thanks for the kind comments. Really nice of you to join in, Austin. Omar says, hello from Egypt. Absolutely lovely. So great to see so many people joining in on the chats there. Going to be around for a little bit longer. Obviously, you will be able to catch all of this on the replay if you've only just joined in. So now we've pitch shifted Ed Sheeran. I'm going to stretch this all out. This is all shifted now. He's all at 125 BPM. And that kind of mixes up nicely. So now we'll just bring this over here. We need to find the bit where it ends. That's beat one there. Cool, so we'll chop that out there. And then we'll go over here. And we just want the ending here. So that's there. Yeah. We're going to be finding out where that needs to go. Probably. Ooh, I hate it when beats confuse you. Oh no. Let's just check if I'm right there. You know she possibly there. Can only really find out by testing these things. Something is not right about that. Might be that. Let's try that. Let's try this. That's it. So, in its entirety. That works, doesn't it? That sounds all right. Now, sounding a bit scratchy after I did the time stretch. In fact, in general, compared to the EQ on this track, let's listen to Zara Larsson again. And Ariana. They're all so dancey and EDM-y and you can hear the treble, you can hear the bass kicks, you can hear everything. But with Ed Sheeran, it's more of an acoustic track. So I'm just going to have to pop the EQ out a little bit so it doesn't sound out of place. Filter and EQ, and we'll go for parametric. And we'll have a look at the frequencies in this track. Right, first. Yeah. Just have a little experiment. Yeah. That's better. So essentially, I'm making Ed Sheeran sound more like an EDM artist rather than a fantastic acoustic singer as he is. But it's going to work in the context of this beat mix. Can you hear the claps in that track? They're between 1K and 2K. Just going to ease them down a bit. Let's see how it sounds now. It is already a perfect song, Devil. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right about that. Let's see, in the comments here, Have you ever worked with Radio Vault? No, I haven't, Nathan. No, tell me more about Radio Vault. Ian says, wow, impressive. You'll need a powerful machine to cope with all of that. Yes, indeed. This is one of the relatively new 5K Macs, but yeah, it does have a little bit of lag when I'm streaming and producing at the same time. Really appreciate the kind comments, Ian. You do realise what you're doing is magic. Thank you. Have you tried Joycaster? Ooh. Difficult thing is tracking the comments. I know. So Ian, does Joycaster solve that problem for you? Does it stitch everything up? Because at the moment I've got Facebook open on my laptop and I'm trying to watch comments over there. And then I've got YouTube chat up there. Over there somewhere on my dual screen up the top. Then I've got Twitch up there, and then I've got a little graphy thing that's moving around showing me people tuning in on YouTube. And I need to have like literally 3 screens to be able to do this properly. And then tell me about it. I've had all kinds of, when I started this streaming again, like I'm doing regular streams now. I'm going to be doing one a day for the time being. And just when I first started streaming, I had all the windows open, and the moment I hit stream, like all the streams went live, and I got feedback like 20 million times. So it wasn't too good an introduction, but now I've learned how to mute everything and get the pop-out chats. But yeah, interesting stuff for sure. And let's pop that in with the beat. Bit more EQing here with the beat going on in the background. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. That sounds good. So we might need to do some overall processing at the end. So what we're going to need there is clearly some kind of glue to make that nicely transition, because it's a bit of a hard edit. But let's get back to that in just a moment. I'm just going to shorten up this bed and see what we can do with this. Last beat is somewhere around here, isn't it? Okay. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay. And then we'll just hop in over here and find the one here. That's a bit of a funny ending, isn't it? It might work though. Okay, I definitely know beat 1 is there, so I'm going to mark that for the moment. Yeah, that seems like it should be right. Now that's either going to work or not, but let's at least give it a go. And we'll see just how it sounds. So a little bit of crossfading going on here. Do keep the chat comments coming in. I'll try and get to as many as I can. Okay. So far we've got something like this. Oh, can we do anything more with that? We've got something like this at the moment. A work in progress. We play the biggest hits. This is Mix FM, Isle of Wight. Mix FM. Something like that. Anyway, that's how I'd put the vocal imaging in. So I hope that makes sense to you. Just one last thing I'm going to do. I could go on for maybe another half hour or an hour, but I do need to get other stuff done today. So So I hope you appreciate it. We have gone over the hour mark. I am going to drop off shortly. But like I say, there's a lot more I could do to make this beat mix even better. But hopefully this video has given you some workflow. So at least you can know what you're playing with and what you might want to do. But when a transition doesn't sound clean and you can't quite put your finger on it, it's sometimes a good idea to use some imaging effects. Just going to do some more shout-outs. Patrick, need a Galway girl. That's a good idea, actually. Let's try that. That's a good idea. I was going to show you something else, so I'll show you that first, and then I'll do the because that's good. Nathan, is there a secret to make voiceover sound synthesized? Get a plugin like Isotope Vocal Synth. I recommend it. I'll show it in another video. That'll really help you synthesize a voice. Spike Wirecast is the best platform for multi-streaming. Yeah, I'm on version 6. Is it worth upgrading to 7? Let me know in the chat. I'm really considering it. But yeah, I'd like to do that. Yeah. Crossfading. Omar's talking about crossfading. Ian's talking back about Joycaster for doing live streaming. It takes your RTMP stream from Wirecast and then stream to... that's interesting. So I don't have to really, throttle my processor. That's cool. Well, I'm definitely going to hop back to your comment afterwards, Ian. Over on YouTube, amazing. Wanted to try mixtapes in Audition. Doc Rock. Yusuf says, what's the likelihood of Howard recording? I have no idea. You have to ask Howard if you want a voiceover. I learned a lot about you. Thank you. So glad I found you from Kerem in Turkey. Nice to hear from you. Do keep the chats going away. It's lovely to see. And also between yourselves, I know that Facebook, obviously there's a lot of good chat going on, but over on YouTube you can kind of @ people. So do feel free to talk amongst yourselves. That's what I love about this community, is we kind of all share tips and help each other improve. Right. Imaging effects, and we'll go into wipes. You need a wipe. Wipes in the imaging world sound like this. And this. And this. Okay, so I call them like audio glue. This might work, but I think the Galway girl is going to be better. So you got to get it on beat, obviously, and not too loud, probably. See what I mean? So it does make a slight difference. We can probably keep that in and do the Galway girl. And without that beat, just without the wipe. And then with the wipe. So already it's made the transition easier. But yeah, there is absolutely a stutter on the beat. So there ought to be a stutter on the voice too. Let's just get that accurate. Pop that in on there and turn it down a bit. And then we just simply go like that. And make sure that's on. Pop that in there and do that. And then finally pop that over there and do that. Take the crossfade off, see how that sounds. We might need to do some EQ automation. Let's have a listen. Not sure if I'm happy with that. No, what we can do is try doing that. See if it works better. Might need something like that. Let's try that. No, not sure if this is going to work. Give it another chance. Too harsh for my ears, really, at the moment. Maybe that works. But what I would consider doing is switch on the EQ automation for this channel over here, and yeah, I'd probably go high shelf gain and take it in like this. That's all right, isn't it? Let's have a listen in context. That's quite cool, isn't it? Where do the wipes come from? If you want to get any of the imaging effects that I'm using in this video, just go to musicradiocreative.com. I can show you over here. Musicradiocreative.com. Click into the radio section, explore radio over there, and there's the radio section. Then you want to go to instant downloads, and you want to click SFX and music. And all of our work parts are on sale here as volumes, or you can click show more, and then you've got other various work parts. You can even buy the starter packs, like there's an on-air sweepers one for 40 quid, or you can change currency. If you're in the United States, US dollars, you can see the price there, or euros for Europe. Change the currency, buy in your favorite currency, check out, you get it in your inbox instantly. Radio imaging, sound effects, musicradiocreative.com. That's the place to go. Right. So that's cool. That's sounding okay. Like I say, I could go on and on and on. Let me save what I've done so far, save all that work. But I will give you a little listen to this, and in its entirety, again, I'll do a little introduction voiceover, an outro as to where I would put, because I would put imaging voices in here as well. And then, well, actually, we could mix it down and do something. No, what I'll do, I'll play it to you in its entirety once. Then I'm going to take you over into the final piece of software. That's the bit I told you I'd do at the end, at the start, the cheap way to make a cool beat mix. And then I am going to disappear. So, we play the best music. Only today's hits. Mix FM, Isle of Wight, Isle of Wight, Isle of Wight. Only the best music. Mix FM, Isle of Wight. Something like that. That's how I do it. People talking about the beard. You do look nicer clean shaven, says Chris G. But if Isabella likes it, that's okay. You might actually have support for your comment from Isabella, I think. Thank you for all the support in the chat today, by the way. Yeah, Malon says stuttering. Thanks, Spike, for sharing the YouTube channel over on Facebook. Appreciate that. Really cool stuff in the comments today. Really appreciated having you there. So here's the final cheat. This is my final tip. If you want to figure out all the BPMs, this is a 125 BPM beat mix, but if you wanted to figure that all out yourself, no, not yourself, if you wanted a computer program to do it for you, you need to get DJ Pro. It's available in the App Store, and you can see here some of the stuff I've been playing with here is already here. But the best thing is it automatically recognizes BPM here and key of your tracks. So as you can see, I was right. Ariana Grande is 125, Clean Bandit 123, Ed Sheeran 100. You can even see the key is A flat, C and A there, which is really, really cool. I mean, what you can do here is you can take something like let's see, Ariana Grande, start playing it there in one deck, and then you can take Ed Sheeran in another deck, and you can sync Ed Sheeran up to be the same BPM. So you can do all that kind of stuff, and then if you wanted to rewind back, I mean, this is great for DJing. You know, if you're a professional DJ, you know, you can definitely use this. It's even good for kids' parties. I mean, for my daughter's birthday recently, I got this out on a MacBook Pro, and I didn't even need to use it. I just had it doing its thing. It just mixes stuff together seamlessly. But you can do as much or as little as you want with DJ Pro. It's great. It's such a good piece of software, and they've been on stage, I think, at one of the Apple events. So it's you know, fully endorsed by Apple, and I just really like it. So you can have mixing together. You can do all kinds of stuff. Sync. She played an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can do bit crushing as well. Bit crusher is great. And if you want to record that, you just hit the record button in the middle, start a new recording like that, and then you can start playing. Flanger. And then stop the recording, and then we'll go into Adobe Audition over here. So say what I could do, I was clicking the sync button over there, I synced immediately Ed Sheeran up with Ariana Grande, 125 BPM, so I could just literally fire through, find the hook I want to use, and then play it while I'm recording, and then it will appear wherever you set it to go, but I've set it over here somewhere. It's actually, no, best way to do it is click the record button, right click, show in Finder. There it is, recording. Pop it into Audition. And there's a recording of me messing about. So that's what I was doing in DJ Pro. Really easy way to figure out BPMs and get everything in sync without having to do all that time stretching in Adobe Audition Multitrack. I prefer to do it the manual way because I believe Adobe Audition's time stretch is the best out there, so that's the one I use. But feel free to give that a go if you think that's going to simplify your workflow. Certainly if you're knocking out 10 of these a week for a radio station, then you might want to look into DJ Pro. But yeah, it's beat mixing with Adobe Audition, Logic Pro X, and DJ Pro, the perfect partners to create an amazing sounding beat mix for your station or whatever it is you're doing that needs produced audio. Some questions, so I'll get through to answering them, then I'm going to disappear. Dylan would like to know, how do you change the BPM in Audition? Play the replay of this video and you'll see exactly how to do that, Dylan. We got Marlon, who's talking about stuttering away. Yeah, Doc Rock is absolutely right. That's something I didn't mention. DJ Pro has support for Spotify. So there's the Spotify icon. If you've got a Spotify premium subscription, you can actually have some real fun. You've got access to 40 million songs from Spotify, which is brilliant. So really, really cool stuff. Next live video will be this week, so stick around. Hopefully tomorrow, or I might do a pre-recorded one, but I'm trying to do as many lives as I can at the moment. Great to catch you, Yusuf, and everyone else who's been commenting in the chat or just lurking and watching this. Really enjoyed your company. If you've missed it from the start, do make sure to catch the replay either on YouTube or Facebook later on, because you can watch it all from the start. You can skip through the video and find your favorite parts, and yeah, do leave a comment and let me know how you get on with your beat mixing, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. If you want to get any of the imaging effects I used in this video, just head over to musicradiocreative.com, check out the radio section, and I will catch you again very soon right here.